Oh shit! He has a wake-up attack. Not entirely sure what I was supposed to do there. Like, I thought there was some kind of gimmick to what I was supposed to be doing. Ouch. 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 I think parrying is probably gonna be the main key to fighting this. Like, you can play it like that, but it is very slow. Parrying is probably better. I have no idea what to see, man. So that gives me health back. Ouch. Ouch. Stop. Yo! What do I do exactly? Why do they hit each other sometimes? Oh, I thought that fight genuinely had no end, and I was supposed to like clear this forest before the fight ends. I thought that's what I was supposed to do. How confusing.
Did you see what she did to that monster? I told you she could help us.
Great work, Kena.
I really
Let's
hate
keep
the
going.
dialogue not
We're getting
auto-playing.
close.
That's like the biggest complaint I have. Or
Did you see what she
one
did
of
to
the
that
only
monster?
complaints.
I told
Great work, Kena. Let's keep...
Right. I have woken up, or whatever. Let's just say. I have woken up like fucking 14 hours ago, by the way, so I'm pretty damn tired. So, I actually don't wanna ruin my experience with this game right now by just playing it when I'm too tired, when I already got a good taste for what I'm expecting from it. So I think I'm just gonna save now and then continue on the next session a lot more. But I'm not tired. Like, okay. It's like... Rating this game right now is so easy because there's so many positives about this game that it's very easy to just point out any of the very few amounts of negative that there is. Dialogue not auto-playing. I found a pretty big game-breaking bug accidentally, but that has literally nothing to do with the actual, like, you know, gameplay of the game. It's just a bug, you know. The rod interaction just does not seem to always work for whatever reason. Like, I wonder how often it's gonna happen. I hope not often. The dialogue not auto-playing, I already said that. Is there literally anything else? No. The only bad side about this game right now that I can possibly conceive is the dialogue not auto-playing. Everything else about this game is phenomenal right now. Absolutely incredible. Like, I knew I was gonna like yesterday when I played Flintlock for the first time, I knew I was gonna like that game, probably. You know, based off the gameplay as well in the prologue. But that game is very far from perfect. From what I got to test. It was very good, and, you know, I know I'm gonna love the game playing it on, like, very good, you know, performance without any lag, like, kind of like this game, where I don't have any performance issues whatsoever right now. But, you know, I didn't want to ruin my experience in that game by playing it when I wasn't gonna have, like, great performance or whatever. Sneeze, what the fuck? Wow. It's just... Wow. I don't know what to say. I genuinely cannot remember a last time when I played a game where I just feel like the animation of the game is just done so fucking well that you just want to admire it by just looking at it. I don't think I have ever in my life played a game, actually, that does that. And this pretty fucking random-ass indie game, full price at 40 euros, is doing it. That's amazing. Like, I don't know. Wow. Bravo to the team that made this game. That's all I can say. That's absolutely incredible. Absolutely outstanding finesse that this game has. Absolutely breathtaking how good it's executed. Wow. When you play something like this, and then you play something that is just like, you know, Code Vein, or you play like, you know, Code Vein like before, and then I go into something like this, and even Flintlock is like very rough around the edges, and then you play something that is just like, is like polished into perfection. It's just the difference is just absolutely night and day, really. It's like, it really makes you appreciate when something is just incredibly well made compared to something that is just well made. Because the difference between like something that is good and something that is just like incredibly well executed in any like genre. The difference is just so massive. So evident every time when I see it. It's kind of like the difference between like the 2018 God of War and God of War Ragnarok compared to like Vanisher's Ghost of New Eden as well. It's kind of like the difference between that. Like Vanisher's tries to take a lot out of the God of War reboot with its inspiration on its combat and the puzzles that the game has. But it just fails miserably at executing that well on any of the aspects. Wow. I don't know. I'm trying to come up with anything like negative or anything like slightly irritating to say about this game, but I can't come up with anything. I think I'm just gonna leave it at that. Incredible animation, good art direction, incredibly well executed cinematography in both the cutscenes and the gameplay. Very good voice acting. Amazing soundtrack, did I already mention that, by the way? Good lighting, as we can see even on this fucking scene. Very low amount of annoying LOD pop-in, which they use very efficiently to improve the performance. What? Good art direction as well. Cool thematic. Cool looking world as well. And the story is also interesting already. Wow. And also, that last encounter that I just did, by the way, before that encounter, I was like, this game is really easy. Like, even on the highest difficulty, like, this game is really easy. Then I played that last encounter, and I was like, wait. Is this game actually, like, trying to be tough now? And yes. Like, that's the one thing I was just about to say, is that I feel like this game might turn out too easy. Until I did that last encounter. Like, the difficulty already spiked up quite a bit on that encounter. So I'm not gonna be disappointed on that aspect either, that it becomes too easy to the point where I get bored. Like, actually, you know what, actually? There was another game that I played somewhat recently that was not, like, that difficult a lot of the time, but it never gets boring because the gameplay is so well polished, executed, so fun, and just so incredibly well done that literally just the combat in the game with what you're able to do in it is so good that it doesn't matter exactly if it's hard or not. Can you guess what that game is? Nier Automata. Like, playing Nier on the second highest difficulty or the hard difficulty where the enemies don't one-shot you, like, versus a lot of encounters in that game, especially on several new game cycles, you get to a point eventually where even doing like some of the side content and especially the main story content, you know, even if you're not like that over leveled, like, it's not that difficult at all, and you kind of just get to, like, you know, do whatever you feel like when it comes to combat, just like be flashy or not be flashy, but it's so like incredibly like well done and satisfying combat that it doesn't really matter if it's hard or not. It's just so well executed, you know. Like, Nier Automata was perfect when it came to that. The characters, like, actually, how should I say this? The attack fluidity in that game for a hacking and slash game is done to perfection. It's so good. And it doesn't really matter what you are fighting and how difficult the thing you are fighting is, because it just feels so correct that it just doesn't matter. You know? That's something God of War and God of War Ragnarok also do exactly, like, really fucking well. Which is why I never, like, complained about the bosses in the games being weak or something. Because just fighting anything in those games is so fun that it just doesn't matter what you fight, as long as you just fight something. Because of the amount of stuff that you're able to do in combination with how, like, satisfying the execution of the combat is. So it just doesn't matter, you know? What a charming game this is. Oh, that's one thing I forgot to say about it, I suppose. The charm on this game with them... actually, what was that fucking... the screenplay and the cinematography with the charm that this game has and the wit is incredibly, like, enchanting. Like, it's just mesmerizing to watch. So well executed, really. I don't know, I'm just fucking... craving this game to be, like, the best thing ever, but, like... realistically, is this gonna go on my top 5? It has the possibility, genuinely. It would be the only, like, true indie game to go up there. This actually has the possibility. Nier Automata is another one that is obviously in my top 5. I think Nier Automata is, like, on top 4 slot. It's more like on top 3, sharing a top 3 slot. Best first playthrough game I have ever played. But it's not, like, on the top list of all games that I have played, like, ever. Like, when I count, like, all playthroughs, you know? How much value you get from, like, subsequent playthroughs of satisfaction when you play the game, you know? On that list, it is not on top 1 slot. On that list, Bloodborne and Sekiro are, you know, 1, 2, and 3, basically, with God of War and God of War Ragnarok. But even Nier Automata is, like, a AA game, so... you know, and this would be... I mean, does this feel like an indie game? No. No, it does not. This is more like at least a AA. But knowing the publisher and the studio that made it, I think it's literally an indie game, by the way. Which is ridiculously impressive. Bravo to the people who made this. But yeah, I'm gonna stop now. Stop gloating about this game, yeah. That's enough.